how you see beauty, what is beauty for you, how we can represent your brand effectively from your perspective of the beauty of your brand. Is always a different story for each project that we work on.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of I Have Something to Say, where subject matter experts are unafraid and unapologetic about sharing their perspectives regarding issues that impact our lives. They speak up because basically they give a shit. So if you're tired of canned answers and want to finally hear real people cut through the BS and talk about real issues, this is the podcast for you. I'm your host, Sami Heyman Marrero from Urbander, and behind our mixer is our producer, Chris Majoka from UdoU. Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm very excited to introduce you to my friend, Alison González, and she's the president and founder of Lil Horse, based out of international. Let's just say international, right, Alison?
Yeah, from here, from there.
And everywhere. Yes. And so, Alison, it was so great, that we had a chance to like bump into each other almost, right? In several meetings, and then all of a sudden we're joined at the hip. Let's just call it that, right? And I think that, it was important for us to have this conversation because it's not every day that you're able to meet someone that you just kind of get from the get-go, and then when you start talking about projects and collaborations, it's just easy. It just became so easy. And so anyway, I wanted to have this conversation with you about collaboration and to share with everyone, the why, your big why, and how Lil Horse came to be, and how you're spread out throughout the hemisphere. It's just fantastic, and I'm just so lucky that we got to meet each other and that we're actually collaborating with each other. So why did you start Lil Horse? And I know it's been a work in progress, but you kind of like officially launched almost 3 years ago. And so how did it come to be?
Well, the founders are a group of friends, like long. We have been friends like forever. And the reason is that we were having these kind of struggles before, because of COVID. We were locked down, and we were bored, actually. Um, and basically, we started. It was actually my husband who started like practicing with this 3D modeling project, and he likes like to start showcasing all the things that he does on social media. And he was rendering. That's something that all of us do, like did that all the time. And he was just learning from the softwares I had in my computer, and he posted one rendering that he made from an interior design project on social media. And this lady reached out, asked him that if could hire him to do those kind of things, and he was like, I don't know how to do more than that. But you do. And we spoke with a group of friends, like the ones that are now the founders, and we came together for this project. And then it was like, why not doing this like a serious thing? And that was the thing. We all were down for that. Then we of course had like this learning path at the beginning, with this ad internal contest on how to create the like how the logo will be. And it was such an incredible journey, and things started like to put in place, right? even
Yeah.
even the roles inside the business, it has been around like the qualities that you have, what are your skill sets, where the where you can bring the most value to the team. And we have been growing since. And I think, and I always share to the team, that it's a never ending learning path. And if we are open to learn and to grow, it's going to be always something good happening, and a new adventure every day. So
Yes, yes, and the thing what I'm really fascinated about, because it's something that I've experienced here domestically in the US through Zoom, right? That we're able to kind of expand these our relationships with people and not necessarily be in the same country, in the same space, state, right? Like all of those barriers and boundaries are now eliminated. And so
Absolutely.
I yeah, and so it's really awesome that your group of friends, have similar origins, but you're dispersed everywhere now, right? So you're
Yes.
currently in Canada, correct? Where in Canada?
Right now in New Brunswick.
Okay. And then some of the team members that we know are based out of Colombia,
That
right?
is
In South
true. Hmm.
America. And then we have some in Argentina too, in Argentina, no? And
That is
so,
correct.
so tell me how, and you haven't met all of them in person either, right? So this has been like a very organic, feels right, talent driven, focused, right? Initiative. And so then I know it was a team of two or three at the beginning, but then how has that become like this, you know, team, like a real team in such a short amount of time?
Um, well, the way I say it is that we are millennials. And one of the characteristics of millennials is that we want everything like to be like fast and right now, and that's the way we are. And all the team, like we are always thinking about what's coming next. So we achieved this milestone. Okay, let's plan for the second one, and let's get ready for the third one. And it's been a journey, like a joyful journey. And so we have been just like adapting to the demand, because one of the things that we found when we opened, we were addressing the need of many businesses, having to start being online, like having an online presence, because that was the only solution based because of COVID.
Hmm.
So it was something good, an opportunity for us, and that's the way I also describe like crisis around the world. Sometimes businesses struggle and some other ones grow, and for us, it was an opportunity to leverage those services and help other businesses like to stay in business, because that was like the only solution. So and it's been about that, like the word of mouth. We have well, with you, it was sometimes it starts being like a small project or some consulting, and then we keep on working, and like the family is bigger than the thing that we like the people that we have in house, exactly because of that, because we enjoy so much what we do and we love to see our clients happy. That's very, very fulfilling for us.
Yes, I know. And so I got to give it to you. The way creatively you're able to interpret, the ideas. And I could speak firsthand from working with you for the last very closely. We worked before, we've been working since last year on small projects, but consistently for the last 6 months. And it's really awesome from a creative perspective how you've been able to support us urbander, right, as we build bandwidth and are exploring new areas. Like for example, now we're doing the metaverse, right, where we're working lock in step very closely on creating this minimal viable product, right, to go to market for commercial brands, but also for ed tech and for other industries, healthcare, right,
Yeah.
because it has so many business applications. But as millennials who grew up with 3D spaces, right? And we're talking
Yes.
Minecraft and all of these things, right? Not me. I'm from, I'm a Gen Xer, so I'm a different generation, but still I've learned to appreciate it, right? Because of these types of collaborations. And so it's awesome how we've been able to bridge our areas of expertise, right? Seasoned
Hmm.
business acumen, right? And knowing, for example, the US market, which you might not be as familiar with, but then us tapping into your creative juices and ingenuity and savvy, your tech savvy and all of that. I think it's been just a wonderful ride. and it's exciting too because when we finally were able to meet in person, it was like
Oh, that's so sweet.
it was so easy, right? It's been just a seamless partnership. And so I just wanted to ask you, how is it, in your view, this this whole venture, right, into collaboration, into exploring new territories, right, in companionship with other professionals that are not millennials, right? How's that experience been?
It's been great. It's been great because I think that we always need to be open to learn, and that's something that I have shared with my team. That even though I'm like leading the team and in charge of like setting the vision and everything, I really care about their opinion, their input, their and not only from the team members but from other people, and our clients are part of that people too, because I don't know everything, but I'm open to learn it every day. So I think that that's the core of collaboration, knowing
Mhm.
that you have this certain expertise, but you can also learn from this collaboration and understand that a team is always better than doing things on your own. So that's something that with you it's been so easy and so smooth, and everyone loves you so much. Like all the time, every time that we talk about urbander and about Sami, it's like, oh, Sami is the best. And it's so cool
Well, thank
because
you. And the thing is, I know I could be a little bit abrupt sometimes, and like very determined or focused on certain things, right? And I got to tell you, I really appreciate, this collaboration because it's I've learned a lot too, right? From seeing things from a generational standpoint, right? From a different lens, and it it makes me pause and think about, right, the other perspectives, right, and to make sure that we're broad in
Mhm,
being able to communicate and learn about different and diverse people. And so, but I also appreciate openness, right, to allow me sometimes to push back and vice versa, right? Because it's like this tug of war constantly working, but it's been incredible. And so I agree with you that collaboration really, I think it's about leaning in those areas where you know that they're your forte, and then being able to step back and allow others to step in and take
mhm.
over, right, the reins of a project when it has to do with something that you're not quite certain how to move or navigate. And so yeah, it's been really great. And I got to tell you, that video that you guys produced for us, it was great. Yeah,
I
and I
love it.
really appreciate the team because you push back in terms of no the script, and so then I don't know how many times we wrote that script, my team, like maybe I want to say like 20 times, until we finally landed it. But I think it worked out, right? And then
Absolutely.
your ingenuity of with the stick in the hair. And yeah, I'll include the link to the video in this post when we post this podcast, so people can know what we're talking about. Or you could go to urbander.com and check out the video there, right?
Go there.
You see, and it was just beautifully done, right? Everybody
Thank you.
that knows us and sees it says, "Oh my God, that's you!" And I think it was really clever. And so I think that's what it is too. I think we get each other because we're aligned in terms of wit and wanting to, push the boundaries a little bit and not just align with the status quo. Would you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. That I think that honesty plays an important point here, right? Because sometimes not always feedback is flowers, right? And it's like super positive. But I also take feedback when it's not like great news as an opportunity to improve. and
Mhm.
listening to all the recommendations from our collaborators is very important because we want to keep on raising the bar
Mhm.
and keep on improving and making sure that the quality is just up to the expectations of what you're looking for. And so if you were like it's perfect from the first point, I will be maybe, are you sure? Because like that's the beauty of design and art itself, that is so subjective, so it is exposed to many opinions and many points of view. So what is beautiful and outstanding for us could be something that is not exactly what the client was looking for. And that back and forth on how you see beauty, what is beauty for you, how we can represent your brand effectively from your perspective of the beauty of your brand is always a different story for each project that we work on. But yeah, being open to feedback and to us to know that we are not always perfect and we can always improve is an opportunity to keep on growing.
Raising the bar, yeah, and I agree with that. And I think that's why, right? It's the same philosophy that we practice, and so that's why I think we work so very well
Together.
together because
Yeah.
we understand, right? That it's
Hmm.
not going to be actually, it's never going to be perfect because perfection doesn't exist, right? But it's like I always tell clients, I said, if we can meet you on the first round at 90%, then we've done our job, right? And because there's always going to be that typical, so we're always going to shoot for 90%, right? Which
Hmm.
is really close to final.
Perfection.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's close to final. And so then when we get the client's feedback, right, we're able to, but how do you get there? How do you get to those deliverables that are so on point? And I think that this is something that we also share, is that we listen very well, right? And so I feel like every time we do our little huddle, right? Little Horse and Urbander, we're having like these brainstorming sessions. You could tell that everyone is paying
Paying attention.
close attention to each other, right? And really, really listening. I do a lot of talking, and I think I scare. I hope I'm not scaring people off. Uh,
No.
you know,
I
I'm
don't think that's
really
the
raw.
word.
I'm really raw during these brainstorming meetings, but I feel like it works because, like you said, it's just honest. It's just brutally, right, honest, in a way that affords people to counter and to just throw in whatever idea, comes to mind because there's no judgment. There's no,
Mhm.
like, there's no, we like crazy. So no idea is too crazy, right?
I absolutely agree with you. Like you're, but that's also something that is great because I will tell you that not all the creative sessions are exactly the same with some clients. Some of them maybe they don't want to participate that much. They don't want to listen to our ideas and maybe like put their ones in front of everyone, just like and stick to that one, which is okay. But of course, there are some dynamics that you enjoy the most. And I remember Pat sharing with us the first creative session that was with the whole team, Orphander team, and our team, and that she was like, we almost finished that creative session like almost crying. They were like, we love each other. No, we love you. You're the best. No, you are the best. And that was great to hear. Like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is just incredible, right? And then that's what happened with the video, that happened with the website, it's happened it and it's and with our metaverse space. Oh my goodness.
Are you excited?
Oh my, I can't even, right? And so when this all comes together, we already have, clients lined up, to visit the showroom, right? And so then very, very excited because I feel like it's going to make the difference, right? Because one thing is to talk about it, and another thing is to see it applied, especially with the branding. And I think it's going
Mhm.
to be epic. Actually, and I'm not going to say who, but I'll tell you off camera, right?
Okay.
We actually had a session that we had a perspective. We have a prospective client that was like, I don't know if I need storytelling. I'm not sure, but we're about, pioneering and new ideas and this and that. And I'm like, aha, right? And so then since I have the link to the
Perfect.
first rendition, and I told this prospective client, I'm like, hey, this is, if our team found out that I'm sharing this with you when it's just right now, it's like the bones, right? We're not, but it was enough to change the no or the maybe not now to a oh yes, absolutely, and we got a non-disclosure agreement. Yes, 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 from from this prospective client. So, and I'll tell you about it off record because you and I have a non-disclosure agreement, so it's okay. People out there, don't panic. Yeah, confidentiality is a big thing for us. But in any way, so it's exciting, right? That we can confidently step into these new arenas knowing that we have your back and that you have our back, and that we're able to build the scope of the work and the projects that we do together because we've already collaborated enough that we know where we stand with each other. And so anyway, so I want to thank you for just being game, and for sharing and just being so generous and sharing ideas and resources and know-how and all of that good stuff that just makes it work.
Oh, that is sweet. Um, well, I'm representing a team of incredible people here, and I want to extend the thank you not only from my side but also from my team side, because it's been great. It's really good and satisfying to see how they enjoy working, and that's the space we want to create. And when we have collaborators and like projects like you and like working with people like you, it makes it even greater, because it's not only about us contributing to have a good environment to work, but also another team having the same mindset of like, let's have fun, let's learn, let's grow, let's like share knowledge, because if we share knowledge we grow all together. So that's beautiful, and thank you so much for that trust. It's been very meaningful.
Yes, yes. And so and there you said it. That's the key word here. I think that sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. People need to invest time in building trust. And if trust is such a hard commodity to come by these days. And I just
Oh,
feel that that's what we've invested time in, and that's what true collaboration um, nurtures itself on, right? Or feeds itself off, right?
yeah,
And it's
absolutely.
trust. And so I'm excited. I can't wait for 2023. This is like we're already, yeah, it's like my friend Shalanda, and she's also a colleague, says always, it's at the end of the year is December 31st. And so then I just feel like this last month is like a final sprint,
Mm,
right? To
yeah.
to squeeze the best out of each other, right? And lean in to each other to line up our ducks and really set up, the stage for a fantastic new year. And I feel it. When you feel it in your bones, do you feel it in
Yeah,
your
I
bones,
share the
Lisa?
same. Yeah, yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
You feel it? I feel it. I
Yeah.
feel it too. And then I hope that one day we could meet in Colombia, so I can meet tu mami, and we
That'll
can
be lovely.
we can celebrate. Yeah, it's a halfway point, right? You can come down from Canada. I'll meet you over
We
there
will
from
there.
Orlando, and
Yes.
we'll bring the team up from Argentina, and we could have like a big fiesta to celebrate.
Oh,
¿Qué te parece?
that would be great. That would be great. I love it.
That
Let's
would
set it
be
for
awesome.
New Year's of 2020, 23rd, 24, to celebrate
Yes.
all our next year achievements.
Yes, that would be awesome. Okay, so we're putting it out there. We're manifesting it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Visualize
chévere.
it.
Dicho y hecho, dicho y hecho. ¿Ah?
No, you're the best.
Bueno, nada, Allison, thank you so much. I'm so excited, that we have this collaboration going. I know it's the start of many more things to come. And so, thank you. Gracias, chica. ¿Qué más te puedo decir? Gracias.
Gracias a ti, Sammy. Un abrazo muy grande.
Un beso para ti.
Bye.
This concludes this episode of I Have Something to Say. We want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. We're on Spotify and iTunes as well. There's more to come next week. And remember, if you have something to say, it's time to speak up.